Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's from Unilever Food Solutions, which is one of the leading food service providers globally. Our presenter today is the Culinary Chef Experience Advisor of Unilever Food Solutions, Gauteng, Chef Tboko Ramatsui. Many foods, including fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and protein sources, have been shown to reduce inflammation, improve immune function, promote healing, and provide the fuel necessary for you to get on the mend. Today, Chef Toboko and Chef Lorato will discuss how you can use food and natural remedies to restore your health. So just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box. We will answer them after the presentation. Chef will also be running a short poll during his session, and we would really appreciate your participation. Now, without any further ado, we will turn our time over to Chef Toboko.
Welcome. Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much, Kasturi, for the warm introduction. Yes, as Kasturi has mentioned, I will be having Chef me to discuss our nice traditional remedies and go through what it can do for us, and Chef Lerato will be sharing her knowledge. But firstly, I wanted to just mention that earlier in March, Unilever launched their future menus, which basically focused on the collaboration that Unilever had with almost 2,000 chefs from about 25 countries who came up with the future trends that will be that we can focus on, which includes about 8 top trends that they have identified. So I'll be sharing a video on one of the trends, which is low waste menus, amongst others. And then in the handouts, there is more information about future menus. So I'll be playing the video now, and just to give you a bit of insight of what future menus is all about. I hope everybody can hear the sound, because I can't pick it up on my side.
We'll share the link. Go with your PowerPoint, it's opened up. Right, you need to share it here. Okay. Windows. In here.
When it's time to talk.
Yeah. So let's go back to the, because I'm gonna log out.
So can have it open and have
it open. It's open.
But you should be if
I'm next to you.
Okay.
Where is this?
It's finished. And it will be open. Is it doing like?
Is So you can read the words.
Oh, so it's in.
No, not yet. See, they can read the words. So as soon as it's finished, go back to your face. I'm going to close, and then you go to panel. Wait. Right.
No.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my sincere apologies, but the link will be in my handouts for the video. Sorry for the technical issue there. We will continue. Next, I'll be joined by Chef Lerato, and then we'll be going through and getting her to share her wisdom when it comes to natural remedies. Morning, Chef Lerato.
Good morning, Chef Teboko. How are you?
I'm very well, Chef. Yeah, I know you are unable to unlock your video there. I'm not sure what happened there, but let's continue so we don't, keep everybody waiting. And thank you
Technology
so
is
much,
showing
Chef,
us playing.
for making time. And yes, I would like to, because I think it's something that I'm also passionate about learning. And so are many people who are trying to eat healthier and find alternative ways to remedy a number of ailments and, also boost their immune system and so many things that we go through, especially since COVID, where a lot of people we're drinking moringa, we're drinking lengana, I can't even remember the English word, and ginger and garlic and lemons. So people were going for alternative remedies for what we were going through. So please, Chef, introduce just briefly yourself, and then we can continue, and you can share with us about these remedies.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Chef Lerato Mafora, and I'm a chef by profession. An artisan chef because I recently did, not recently, but I did my trade test. So I'm an artisan chef. I'm also a lecturer, a chef lecturer, a facilitator, and an assessor. I have a company called Eat Right, Live Long. It's a training company, and I've worked both locally and internationally. I've also gotten an opportunity to represent our country abroad promoting African cuisine. I'm very passionate about our body healing itself and also going back to basics where we use shrubs that, in the olden days, I remember in my grandparents' house, there was never any pills. So if you had any ailment, they would use trees from their or shrubs from their garden and things that we deem as flowers or things that we deem as weed, and it would be seen as a healing property. So my aim is to also enlighten people about the jewel they have in their gardens.
Wow, no, that's amazing, Chef. Wow. I'm looking forward to, because I'm also a big gardener and I plant a lot of veggies and herbs in my garden. But I want to learn more because sometimes we have things in our yards, in our backyards, and we don't even know their purpose or uses. So yes, I would really like you to share with us. And as we go through, I will put up a slide so people can see what they look like.
Okay.
Please continue, Chef.
Alrighty. I've picked five simple things that you'll find in almost all our gardens, along the road that we drive on or walk on. Things that for us, you grew up seeing, but it didn't really mean anything much to you. I've picked those things out. I would like to go through them. So, Chef, if you could put up the first slide. Yes, that's a holy thistle. My friends always like to laugh at me with my list. It's a holy thistle. It is green. You normally find it in our gardens, even close to where we dump stuff. Um, Even where there's a lot of cultivation that's done, plowing and whatnot, you'll find this. It has a it has thorns around it, and then it has a white flower. I'm not sure if anybody has ever seen this. It has a white flower. It's called holy thistle. It's a tonic. A tonic. It helps. It's a cardiotonic basically. It helps with your heart. It helps with um, it's used on medication that they use for heart medicine. It is also a treatment for ulcers and also recommended for cancer patients. It also helps with reducing of hypertension. It's a very weird tree that pricks. When you cut it, it has a white, yellow liquid when you break it up. That's holy thistle. Chef, please move to the next. And how do you prepare it? I think I'll just share how the method of preparing, or let me just share it now. How you prepare this is you use always when you do herbs, you use a stainless steel pot, never an enamel pot. So I would recommend that you heat your pot and then you'd boil your water. After boiling your water, once the water is hot and the pot is hot, you would then add the hot water into the pot and then wash this shrub. After washing it, wear your gloves because it might prick you. Wash this shrub and then you add it into the hot water and then you immediately close the pot because you don't want to lose other nutritional aspects from the steam. And then once the cuticle has been broken and the chlorophyll is released into the water will become green, and then you drink the water. It's a herb, so you can drink it as often as you want, but don't overdo it because herbs also can make your tummy run. So that's that. Can we move to the next slide, Chef? Do you have any questions, Chef? Chef Debo, you on mute? Chef Debo?
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry about that. No, I was
It's
asking, can
okay.
you drink hot or cold?
Can you what?
Can you drink the tonic hot or cold?
You can
Or hot
drink
and
it
cold?
cold. You can drink it cold. I prefer to drink it cold.
Oh, okay.
I prefer to drink it cold or room temperature rather. You can rewarm it, but don't rewarm it over a lot of times. You can remember it. You can rewarm it once or twice, but I
Okay.
suggest you don't rewarm it all the time. Yeah, and don't use
Okay,
the
we have a question
microwave as
from
well.
Lisa. Oh, you mustn't use the microwave.
As well,
Yeah, we have a
yes.
question here from Lisa. He's wondering, can you use an aluminium pot?
No, don't use an aluminum pot because remember, aluminum pots it tends to have aluminum particles, so you
Oh, I
don't want
see.
to have that. So you don't want to dilute your herb. That's why they introduced stainless steel pots because there was that health scare with regards to aluminum pots.
Oh, I see. Okay, no, I've moved on to the next slide, Chef.
Okay, that's a lemon. Those are lemon leaves. Every yard, I think now after COVID, should be having lemon trees in them because lemon trees have so many healing properties to them. They have antibacterial properties, they have antifungal properties, antiseptic properties. They help with insomnia. I remember a cousin of mine was gone to a sleeping pills and got got the ones that they had dispensed.
Breaking it, chef.
Can you hear me now,
Yeah, I think it's fine now.
chef?
There you.
Chef?
I think you're loud and clear. Please proceed, chef.
Okay. I was saying a cousin of mine could not sleep. And you take 10 leaves, 10 leaves, and you wash them. Always remember to wash your herbs.
Okay.
If you can soak it in a bit of salty water to kill the bugs, the better. So you take 10 leaves, you wash them, and then you take a cup, your normal cup, you put the 10 leaves in the cup, and then you add hot water. Again, the reason why we add hot water is we want to break every leafy aspect. Like, remember biology, it has a cuticle. And what we need from the leaves, it's the chlorophyll. So you
Of
take
course.
you you take you will then add into the cup the water, and then after adding the water to the cup, and then you close it immediately. We don't want to lose anything
Any
through
natural
evaporation.
value at all.
Through evaporation. So
Okay.
once it is green, you just, because it has a bitter taste. But if you drink green tea, this is okay for you. But because it has a bitter taste, you can sweeten it with honey, and then you drink it, and it will help you sleep.
Wow. Okay.
It relieves insomnia. It relieves nausea for pregnant women. Nausea. It is high in vitamin C. It has vitamin P, which helps strengthen the blood vessels in your body. It contains iron and calcium.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Somebody's asking me what's a vernacular name for for holy thistle.
For
Oh,
lemon,
insizulu osisud. Hmm?
I don't know if there's a vernacular name for lemon in English. I don't know.
No,
Kisirulamo.
no, Babut Saka holy thistle is their vernacular name.
Or the holy,
I don't know.
holy fish.
Yes, we used to call it tabatabani, so I'm not sure if there's any.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's very pretty. Yeah.
yeah, and then you have the plantain. You see this everywhere you go. There are two types. This one is very popular in South Africa. Then there's one that has a wider leaf. It's you get it in Asia and England or the UK. But this one is very popular. If you go anywhere where there's a lot of water, or in corner in intersections, you'll find it, or even in the farming areas, you'll find this. There's a lot of this.
So near
Um,
rivers and dams and stuff, you can find it.
yeah, where there's sufficient water, even on your walkways, you can see on the pictures on by the walkway. Where there's
Yeah,
sufficient water, you'll see.
you'll find it.
It's
Okay.
good.
It looks
It
very
relieves.
familiar. I think I have seen it,
It
but
is. And you probably have it in your yard as well. It
true.
relieves coughs. It relieves coughs. It helps with eczema and flamed skin and wounds and cuts. And
Okay.
also for eczema, what we used to do, because at home we have this eczema prone skin. So what we would do is we would melt Vaseline, and after
Okay.
melting Vaseline, we would wash this, dry it, and add the leaves into Vaseline. Once the Vaseline turns color and it's dyed by the chlorophyll, and then you would apply it on the skin.
Wow.
So it
Okay.
helps.
And
It has vitamin. Say that again.
so I'm saying it relieves over time the eczema.
Yes, and also the inflammation on the skin. It helps soothe the skin, and it also has a high content of titin, ne? That helps to combat infection by depriving bacteria nutrients.
Okay.
So it also has vitamin A and vitamin C, which are immune boosters when you drink it.
Okay. No, wow, interesting.
And the
Yeah.
process is the same. You always and then stainless steel pot. I prefer you warm your pot so that you don't put it too long. Don't
Oh,
boil it. Don't boil it. Don't ever boil any herb.
so
Just
rather
just
put it in freshly boiled water.
yes. So heat your pot so that it holds the heat, and then you
I
add freshly boiled water. So the
see.
temperature is the same, and
I
then you
see.
put your herbs, and then you close.
Okay. Wow. No, I understand.
And then that's our super food. Moringa is nutritionally very rich.
Yeah, because
It's
I've
in
seen of late, I mean, in the past few years, it's been a buzzword and everybody's been talking about moringa. You find it now in the shops, the moringa powder, and I think there's also tablet form. It's everywhere.
yes, yes, and we've always had this tree in our yards. I mean, in India, for example, they eat it with everything, and now we only now identifying it 4 years ago. But in other Western countries, this has been the one consistent herb they put in their soups, in their curries, in their food in general. So this is a very potent leaf, ne? Um,
Mm.
if it's consumed naturally, like the actual leaf, the water and whatnot, because it's a natural space. It's not, when it's dried, it has gone through certain things to get it to, and it's been blended. It has gone through a lot of things. But when you have it raw like this, you get the best optimum benefits from it. It's high in vitamin A, C, B1, B2, B3, B6. It's
Yeah,
rich in magnesium.
I believe some people call it the drumstick herb.
Yes, it is. I mean, high in amino acids, which are building blocks for protein. Calcium, I mean, for your bones, phosphorus, zinc, magnesium. I mean, if you're pregnant, I'm not saying you should, but if you're pregnant, basically when you take moringa, you have everything that you need as a pregnant woman in a
And
nutritional form.
wow,
So,
interesting.
so,
Really.
and it's good because it stabilizes your sugar levels.
Wow.
It lowers your cholesterol level. It protects your liver. It's good for your stomach health. It helps for women that are breastfeeding. It helps with production of milk. you know
Okay.
I remember I struggled with having milk, but I started drinking this. My mom gave me this and it helped me with that. And it has seeds. If you see the sticks, it has seeds. Those seeds, I remember a cousin of mine was not getting periods for the longest of time, and she ate those seeds for a week and the periods came. So
Wow.
it's those things that in the olden days our parents did not have other things to use, but they would go back to
They didn't
these
have
shrubs.
this.
Well, they didn't have discount, they didn't have clicks.
This
I
cam
mean,
was in the backyard.
it's that's life. And then that's that. You will find it in every house. Plant. It's a plant. It has a red flower. Most houses I grew up having these as a flower that is decorating, and little did we know that it's a phenomenal plant to have. I mean, jingo biloba, it's found everywhere. It
Oh
has
yeah,
a very
almost look
strong,
leaves of a grape tree.
yeah, it's similar, but you're like a shrub. It grows, it stands up tall. It got a bloom. It has a red flower. It gives out red flowers all the time. It has a
Wow.
very strong smell. So if some people can't stand the smell, the actual flower smell or the actual plant smell, some people can't stand it. Some people can, depending on what you can do. And then it's an antioxidant. We need that to combat the damages of radicals from our body. Any opportunistic thing that comes, our body just gets destabilized. It reduces inflammation. It improves blood circulation and um, heart health. It helps with dementia. It reduces the symptoms of dementia and psychiatric. It improves. One of the things that they promote Jingo Biloba about is it improves brain function and its
Okay.
well-being. Yeah, and
Because I think I've also seen powders and stuff at the chemist of this
yes,
plant.
so every time they tell you about how it helps with concentration, how it helps with brain function, it's a brain food.
Wow.
It's good. It's good for for I don't know how to put this in a very diplomatic, for sexual, if you have, because it helps with circulation. So if
Okay.
you're having sexual issues, it can actually assist in that direction.
Okay.
It helps us women with menstrual issues because it helps to the flow of blood.
Wow, no, very interesting. No, Chef, I'll be sharing some of the information in my handout, and really, really
Okay.
interesting. I think I'll be getting down to gardening this weekend. I need to visit the nursery and see what I can pick up. And but yeah, very, very interesting. And I hope everybody in the audience also found this interesting information and can use it for themselves, because also tying in with the future menus concept is
Yeah.
about using your plant-based foods, using your foods to the best of their ability and to their entirety, and especially when it comes to limiting on waste. But
Yeah.
I'm really loving this information as the world also is moving towards plant-based foods, and it's very important for us to know all these herbal remedies that are at our disposal.
True, chef. I mean, we need to start eating for life, not for fun. And we need to also start acknowledging the small things that we take for granted. I mean, nature has given us so many healing properties that we are not aware of, that can assist. There's nothing wrong with westernized medication. It's the best. It has proven to be the best. But for some people, medication is very far, so they can sustain themselves with these up until they get to a doctor or something, because sometimes it's not easy to get to a doctor, wake up and go to a doctor. But you can sustain yourself up until you are able to go see a practitioner, and they can then direct you in the way that you should go. So
For sure.
it's time that we eat right and live long. It's time that we eat from our garden. I mean, there's this thing that we're talking about, from the garden to the table. So
Mm,
it's time that we utilize the spaces. I went to a place and I saw in the street, the front part of the house, they've planted veggies throughout the street, and I'm like, these people know what it means to utilize space, you know.
for sure. Yeah, I
Yes,
think,
sir.
I mean, I saw in my area there is also a house that has planted veggies in the front of the house for
Yeah,
people to for neighbors to pick up, and those who need some.
yeah, yeah. And it
Chef,
and
we have
it,
a question here. Yo, sorry, Katleho. They say Katleho says he's an architect exploring urban permaculture and rooftop farming, but is
mhm.
concerned about air and rainwater pollution contaminating his exposed produce. He would like some advice. Do you have anything to say to that, chef?
I would say he must get a sale. I have so I've not a it's not a windy house. It's not a eco-friendly, but it's an eco-friendly space where I have a sail that I cover my stuff with. I open for the sun, but I don't close it completely. So he needs to be able to. Chef, did I lose you a bit? Oh no, okay. He
Like
needs
a
to be,
protective net,
yeah, he needs to have a protective net to avoid those things. But it's a pity that our ecosystem is a mess. But we try and plant. You can plant in small spaces, but cover.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Chef, can we maybe do a quick poll here before our time is up? And I'm starting a poll, ladies and gentlemen, and please, can you please tell us what channel of food service do you operate in? Okay, so it's mostly hotel and restaurant, 50-50. Thank you very much. And at the next one, please tell us what topic would you be interested in future? So that we can give you relevant content moving forward. Okay, very interesting. That we will definitely do for the next webinar. We'll add because that's something that we are very good at and always keep our fingers on the pulse of market trends and menu inspiration. We are food solutions, by the way, so this is something we are really passionate about. And the next one, what time of the day would best suit you to attend a webinar? Because we would really like to be, on point when it comes to that, so that we can have, as many people attend as possible. Okay, very interesting. Okay.
It is.
Very interesting. Okay, and then the last one, would you attend a webinar on your phone, computer, or tablet? Also, this will help us understand because we will be looking at the technical glitches that we've experienced to make sure that they don't happen again. Okay, so mostly computer, desktop. Okay, very interesting. Okay, no, thank you so much, Chef Lerato, for joining me, and thank you everyone for joining our webinar as well. I think we've come to an end now, and please join us for the next one. We'll be looking at your responses so that we can bring you the relevant content that you desire. Really, really appreciate your time, Chef Lerato, and then we'll be catching up soon. I think you've promised to take me somewhere, and then we'll check about that offline.
I'm there now, so yes, I will. I'm so excited. Ciao, Chef.
No, thank you so much, Chef. Really appreciate it, and have a wonderful day further.
You too. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you so much. Cheers, everybody. Join me on Instagram there, Chef, people, at chef_Teboho. And yeah, let's catch up and keep engaging. Thank you so much.